Consumer Confidence Conclave 2021. This is the first of its kind ever happening in the country, with the Chamber of Commerce like PhD Chamber leading it from the front. We want to make this a flagship kind of an event every year. This is the first time we are organizing it, and we want to sustain it year after year, because consumer confidence, as all of you will agree, is a very important component in business. And no business can survive without gaining the confidence and trust of the consumer.
On behalf of the PHD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I am indeed greatly honored and pleased to welcome you all to the inaugural session of the Consumer Confidence Conclave 2021. The theme of the discussion is Building and Enduring Consumer Trust.
कि उपभोक्ता मार्केट में जाता है, खरीदता है, उसके लिए एक स्थान निश्चित होना चाहिए। हमारा मंत्रालय हर जिले में उपभोक्ता के लिए शिकायत करने का स्थान हो, इसके लिए चिंतन कर रहा है, क्योंकि हमारा देश एक बाजार नहीं है, हमारा देश एक परिवार है, और परिवार के व्यक्ति को कहीं कष्ट हो, कठिनाई हो, उसको शिकायत करने का स्थान भी होना चाहिए। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में सरकार जिस तरह से काम कर रही है, चाहे वो भारी उद्योग हो, लघु उद्योग हो या अन्य कोई हो, सबके लिए सुविधा उपलब्ध करा रही है।
When we talk about consumer rights, we do not really mean to be working cross purposes. In fact, we are creating a situation where it should be a win-win for all the stakeholders, and eventually consumers in India also must, not just by all the time approaching any courts or things, but there should be systemic ways in which we can address their rights for choice, their rights to be informed, and their rights to be protected against unfair trade practices, misleading advertisements, or such other things.
Since 2014, the government of India has announced various initiatives, namely Digital India, Make in India, Startup India, Skill India, and Innovation Fund. The timely and effective implementation of such programs will likely support the growth of e-commerce in the country. The policies are being made to protect consumers' interests. Consumers in smaller cities are displaying similar buying trends as those in metros. More awareness and education of e-shopping is required to be given.
About how to minimize consumer grievances. So when you break a transaction, it can be broken into three pieces, like pre-transaction phase, in-transaction phase, and post-transaction phase. So I would really hope to, minimize the consumer grievances in the pre-transaction phase itself, when you can have the clear, concise information itself right in the beginning. You have the established systems, established SOPs where you can have, online payments, authentication, stronger authentication processes, stronger verifying processes, your terms of, usage. You have a very, typical thing when you end up ticking that box, I agree to the terms and conditions of the set and set program. So I would hope we can put them in a very clear and lucid manner that is very accessible and very clear to a normal consumer.
We are quality partners to the GEM, which is the government e-marketplace. And two things which I would like to highlight here is that because we provide accreditation and have a network of all kinds of testing laboratories or inspection bodies or product certification bodies, we can partner with all these platforms which are supplying all those products, and we can help these platforms and the manufacturers or the vendors which are there on those platforms to integrate themselves with when it comes to testing of their products or certification of their products from accredited laboratories, and so that these platforms can display that this product is tested in an independent accredited laboratory or is certified under product certificate.
We believe that we should begin each day with determination to make better, do better, and be better for our customers, our partners, and the world at large. And the commitment to be here, speaks to not just Amazon's commitment to each of yours commitments to maintaining and building customer trust in the supply chain. And through collaboration between stakeholders, including industry leaders, policymakers, law enforcement agencies, and consumers, collectively, we'll be able to resolve this complex issue and derive key learnings and actionable feedback.
When an individual impressed you as a person and he represented a brand or a company, then automatically that shine came onto the brand. So the whole business of training people within an organization of representation was very, very important in the old days before the new natural.
Local Circles is also the largest pollster in the country now on public issues, non-political, but real public issues, what consumers, what citizens are actually facing on the ground. After the pandemic, it is also about safety. And we are migrating towards, it being about trust.
Technology innovation that can be done by e-commerce platforms in India have a great opportunity of moving elsewhere in the developed world. I think we haven't explored the full potential of that.
All the street vendors who have iconic street food are on the platform now, and then they are able to deliver to the customers, because that also gives them an income augmentation program, and plus they can actually reach out to customers, which is geographic agnostic in the sense, if they're in one place, since they are, they're not a very famous establishment, but they're known by the word of mouth.
Confidence comes out of credibility. Credibility is very important. The whole world is looking at India as a great destination to not only do trade, not only to do business, but also to interact with their consumers.